Hi guys, welcome back to Hair Dry Treatment. The Soph and Meg show is back. I'm joined by Meg. How are we doing, Meg?
Hello everyone, I'm very well, thank you. Firstly, apologies about Thursday. Just completely lost which day of the week I was on, so really sorry, but I am about today.
She double booked. She double booked herself. We're not good enough for her, guys. There's more important things in life. I'm joking.
So, statement of it's Christmas came about, so apologies.
She's acting like she's popular.
Went to a kids club.
But yeah, it's good to be back. There's a lot of things I need to talk about. Obviously, on Wednesday we were planning, or Thursday, sorry, we were planning to do a show based around the debate with fan channels and obviously mainstream media getting involved with that. A lot of people say mainstream media are getting jealous, they're getting scared because fan channels are taking over. And I think it's a really interesting debate, and I wanted to get Meg's side on this as well, because I haven't had a chat with Meg about it yet. So I think it'd be interesting to see what she's got to say. I did a tweet about it the other day, which I completely stick by, and I'll touch on that in a minute. Well, Meg, obviously TalkSport did a big debate about it.
Yeah.
The chairman, foul chairman of Crystal Palace, obviously Simon, was having a big talk about it. What's your opinion on the hate towards fan channels right now, especially Arsenal Fan TV?
I feel like I'm about to gear up for a rant at the moment because I just don't get it. I don't understand why there is such a need to slate people, fans in general, who have decided to create a channel to talk about their own clubs. Yeah, we do mention about other clubs as well. We talk about, like the United Stand, AFTV, they're not just fan channels. They don't just interview fans at the end of the game. There are other videos and input that they have on different, they talk about different topics about their club. I just don't get why there's so much negativity towards it and hate towards it at all.
I think a big part of it now is that fan channels are making a lot of money. Especially the bigger channels, as you've already mentioned, the AFTs, the United Stands, obviously they've got some income from this now. It's now becoming their mainstream job. And I do think there's an element of jealousy about it. However, the thing that I can't get my head around, if you don't like something, why are you actively going out of your way to watch it then? And I gave the example of Love Island. The whole concept of Love Island I absolutely hate. I hate it with a passion. Like, even saying the word Love Island, I remember muting it on Twitter because I was sick of seeing it, because I literally hate it.
This is where our friendship falls out.
Yeah. Meg loves it, but I hate it, which is fair enough. Like, Meg can love it, I have no problem with that. I just choose not to watch it.
But
so I won't go slagging it off, and I won't go saying stuff about it, because I just don't watch it because I don't like it. So why are people like Simon Jordan, if you don't like United Stand or AFTV or anything like that, why are you paying it attention? Why are you giving it attention? Why? And for me, it's because of the money element.
So you mentioned about money. Why are we not giving these people a round of applause? Well done for investing your time. Not inventing it. You didn't nobody invent one. People didn't invent YouTube, but they found a platform that didn't have a certain type of media on there, and they've gone and, I'm not going to say they invented fan cams, but they've utilised what they've known and what an idea that they've thought of, and they've now got it to a point where they built it up to a point where they can earn money from it and have it as a job. Well, bloody done.
Yeah, I want to say a big up to Kyle very quickly. He's 17 today.
Happy birthday!
Big up to Kyle, happy birthday. I hope you have a brilliant birthday as well.
Enjoy.
So I wanted to get that in. But yeah, I agree with you, Meg. Why raise it now? It's a different times are moving.
Yes.
Let's be honest about it. More people are drawn now towards YouTube, towards the idea of fan channels, not just obviously like TGF, who are from near where I'm from, and they're becoming massive now because YouTube. I work in a school, and the amount of kids who are watching YouTube and their aspiration is to become a famous YouTuber. It's just ridiculous.
But it's so much more accessible. Like, the times have moved on from newspapers or from. They haven't moved on from radio. Everyone's still, well, not everyone, but when you're in the car, you listen to the radio. Some people plug in their phones and they have books read to them. Times change, times move on. Not many people do go out and buy a newspaper anymore because everyone has, well, not everyone, but majority of people have access to YouTube, can listen to it on the go, can catch up on news, can catch up whilst they're on the way to work. At work, whatever you're doing, it's there. You haven't got to sit and read a paper. You can be doing other things as well as listen. And it's just think these people have found this platform, and like I said, they've invested their time into it and they've built them up. there will be in 5-10 years a different platform where people will go on social media. Like, I think 10 years ago there was no Facebook, no Twitter, or probably like more than 10 years ago, but they weren't massive, and now they are massive. And shops, it's not just people who interview and have fan cam. Shops use Facebook, shops use Instagram, shops use Twitter to promote their business.
It's just an easier way to promote.
It's just another platform to go on. It's another form of media. I don't understand why they are attacking them, because they're separate from me. Like, you're on radio. Well, that's cool. That's your channel. These are on YouTube. There is, written media. There is they're on telly. There's YouTube. There's paper. I just don't get the hate towards it at all.
It's interesting, and I don't see the difference really majorly. TalkSport, they obviously have the fan phoning, okay, and correct me if I'm wrong, but the more controversial fan that they get on, the better it is for them. And they're then slating Arsenal fan TV for getting the controversial people on and saying have the same people on week in, week out. When literally they do very similar over the phone with fans on TalkSport. They laugh at fans' opinions, they slate fans' opinions on there, they cause a debate. Is there much difference in that? I don't think there is.
If there's a game or a shock in the Premier League or the FA Cup, immediately I quite often listen to TalkSport. I'm happy to say that I do. I don't dislike it. There are certain things that I dislike about the channel, but I don't dislike it in general. But as soon as there's a shock or there's an upset, they're asking fans to phone in. That's exactly the same as interviewing them, but you have taken the camera away. You can't see that person's face. You're still interviewing them. You're still asking them for their opinion, just as a fan cam would do. How did you think the game go? That's a question that you hear on the radio all the time. What did you think of the game? What's it? The full-time phoning?
Yeah.
Take a fan cam away. So take just a camera
element
away,
out of it,
and it's exactly the same.
I completely agree.
It's exactly the same.
Turbo Warrior, thank you so much for the super chat.
Thank you.
Something I want to say. I understand people wanting to identify the racist City fan, and obviously there's examples of that. But to do so publicly by showing private details and photos is wrong. You send them to the police. Do you agree? I want to say firstly, there was pictures outed of his wife, his kids. I disagree with that.
That's where the line.
That's where the line is for me. I think his face, fair enough to identify and try and speed up the process of him being found. But his family and his children, his wife, not being funny. That it's not fair for them. It's not fair for them to
didn't do anything wrong at that point.
It's his stupid actions.
They haven't done anything wrong.
They shouldn't be.
They weren't at the game, as far as I'm aware.
No.
They've just. There was nothing to bar the fact that she's married to him. There was nothing to link that woman to him at that time.
Yeah,
she wasn't there. She potentially wouldn't have known anything about it. And then for her face to be splashed about everywhere, I think is really wrong. And I think if that individual has done something wrong, it's his responsibility. It's not his wife's responsibility. No. It's not his kid's responsibility. It was him that did the action. I do believe that if you want to be racist, that's wrong. If you are racist and you are at a game or you are online, or not even this goes beyond just being racist as well. If you want to say something horrible to somebody, if you're going to say something, then be prepared to have your face so that people can link it back to you. If you're brave enough to say it and you want to be horrible or you want to be racist or sexist or homophobic or whatever it is, have your face out there, because if you're brave enough to say it with your say it with your chest.
She's a typical Twitter warrior. The amount of stick, the amount of hatred I get, and you may get the same. But it's people just saying stuff towards you, but they're hiding behind a picture of Ollie or they're hiding behind a picture of Pogba, for example.
Yeah, whoever was on Twitter.
Yeah, I saw that actually. You haven't got a face
if you want to say something, honestly, please put your face out there, because I'm quite happy to take the hate. I don't mind it. If you want to say something negative, fine. But please have your face, grow some balls and put your face out there. Don't hide behind a picture of Ollie.
That's what we call a warrior, isn't it? My daddy's in the chat, Sean Richards. He says, Wolves away FA Cup winners 2020. He's wishing it. Yeah, he's wishing.
I mean, she's a lovely daughter, but the Wolves thing's about going.
Yeah.
Got to go.
We've got to end that dub now, surely, at Molyneux. We've got to beat them.
Because of where we're from, it's so prominent. Like, it's such a big game, because there are so many Wolves fans that you know, or are in the family.
Yeah.
That it's such a big game now, isn't it?
Yeah.
I hate playing against Wolves.
At Molyneux as well, when I got absolutely ripped off to be in the away end as well. And what's that? We got absolutely dominated. Oh, I just can't. I can't deal with that again. So I'm praying that doesn't happen. Mr. E is spot on. He says like, share, and sub if you're new. Hit that notification as well. Never miss a show.
Who would want to miss this?
These bubbly ballers. He's described us as bubbly ballers. Thank you, Mr. E. I hope you're good.
The comment the other day.
J Pro says, good morning, ladies. I am not a Gunners fan, but I love watching AFTV. We all like a good AFTV and chill, let's face it. It's something different, and I know a lot of people that watch their content aren't. Yeah, exactly. Like, I think Robbie started it all off for fan channels, didn't he? He's like the god of fan channels.
Yeah.
We all know he's got a lot of respect in the football fan world because it was his idea when he started it off. And I think fair play to him. And from a personal point of view, for me, I love football, and obviously I was always very introverted about my love for football. I talk about it to my family, to my dad, for example, and he'd still continue to try and wind me up about Wolves, but it didn't work back then because United were a lot better. It works nowadays. But, like, having United stand when they invited me on, I'm always so grateful for that opportunity, because if it wasn't for that, I wouldn't have my own channel, and I've just excelled from that point, so I'm completely grateful. United stand in particular, but fan channels, watching AFTV, that's got me involved in the sport in a different way. And I'll always be grateful for that. So it transforms people's lives as well, more than what people actually know. So there's a lot more positive. Just to, obviously you see the content a lot, but the people involved in it, look at the likes of Flex, it's transformed his life, the stuff that he's involved in now in the media. And I think fair play, because it's a platform to build upon. And like I say, I'm always grateful to the United stand because it's transformed me. But also, I used to look forward to watching the fan cams after matches. I still look forward to watching the fan cams. Because it's nice to see if people share your opinion.
Definitely.
Or even if people have a different opinion, to see that point of view, because football's about opinion, so that's why we love it.
Yeah, and I think, like, a lot of people watch the game and, you know, even we watch the game and we think about it differently, because you just see different things and you're looking out for different things, and standards-wise we'll have different standards, but why can't people talk about it and debate about it? Like, it doesn't matter that you've got a difference of opinion. I don't agree. Like, I don't know how Robbie kept his cool. I mean, I've listened to the interview back, because I just thought it was, they were trying to annihilate him at one point. And I just thought, like, are you really being serious? Because they started questioning all different, like, you know, what did Troop do as a job before? Does it matter? Does it matter what his IQ is? As long as he's not blind, because so he can actually see what's going on, it doesn't actually matter what his IQ is, what his job was before. He's come on and he had an opinion, he's expressed an opinion, he's been related with people, like relatable with other people, they've enjoyed watching him speak.
Yeah.
Why not just continue it?
I had my chance as well to do the fan cams for the Manchester derby, obviously when we came back. Pogba was influential in that game, and that experience for me alone was just fantastic. Like, Mark gave me a chance to fill in for Flex. Flex was away in Vegas or somewhere glamorous, I don't know where it was now. But I was given a chance to do it, and the amount of fans that you met, and they actually came up and they approached me and they were talking to me about the game. I don't know, it just makes you feel like, especially as a female, I don't mean to sound like, I don't mean to say patronising or anything like that, but as a female, I think when males are coming up to you and actually talking to you on a level about football, like, it just gives you a bit of a buzz, because you're thinking, you know what, they realise I'm not just here for the looks, because let's face it, there's a lot of women who are.
Yeah.
You're not just here for the looks to look glamorous in front of the camera, you're here because you know something about football. And that's what the United stand has done for me, and that's what fan channels across the board have done for a lot of women. It gives us a bit of a voice.
This is what this channel is about.
Yes, that's what Hairdryer Treatment is about.
Our opinions, not what we look like.
At the end of the day, look, everyone has different opinions, that's what fan channels are for. And I think some people can't get to grips with the idea that, actually, no, your opinion is different to mine, so that's wrong. But actually, that's not the case. Everyone has an opinion.
Everyone has an opinion. There's room for all opinions as well, unless you're, like, really messed up. But I'm happy to listen to other people's arguments, like, and it not get personal. And this is the thing with fan cams. I think they thought it was like an attack on players, like it's toxic. It's not. It's just someone's opinion. These people have paid money to go and watch games week in, week out. They follow the club, and they're getting slated for having an opinion. Well, why shouldn't they have an opinion on it?
Yeah.
Why should they? Especially AFTV. They've had their worst start for years. I don't know the exact year, but they had their worst start for years. Why should anybody go on a fan cam when you've had a completely, utterly shambles start of a season, then go and be like, we're playing really well, greatest I've ever seen the team?
Gotta be honest about it.
No, it doesn't work like that, does it?
No. Doug is in the chat. I hope you're good, Statman Doug. He says, let's get hair dye treatment to 8k followers. Guys, like, share and subscribe. I appreciate that. Yeah, we're so close to 8k. It'd be brilliant for us to hit that before Christmas. What a lovely present that would be, Meg. So yeah, if you could share the channel,
8k.
I'd appreciate that so much. But yeah, in terms of fans, I think people just need to either, if you're not interested in it, if you hate it, for example, don't watch it, but don't slate it, because it's people's businesses at the end of the day now, and fair play to them for doing that. I can't begrudge anyone from making money from it, because there was a gap in the market and people have seized upon that. And it's clever, it's business.
I don't get it. There are different forms of media. Somebody's come along through, let's just say Robbie, because he did probably start. He's like the god of it, like you said. He's come along. He's spotted a gap in the market. He's created this channel, this form of media now. Let's say because they're like, I wouldn't say they are journalists, but they deliver news. They deliver opinions, and that's what a lot of news is. It's opinions on different things. And he's created something, and he's rolled with it so much that he's now been able to create that into a job. That's not based on toxicity that they kept on going on about.
I'm going to refer on that in a minute,
That it's not based on. You look at the likes of the United Stand and the growth of that channel. You look at, when we won the last two games, Spurs, Man City. I was looking forward to hearing what fans have got to say about it, because we spoke about last week about. I said to you, there's like a little buzz around, when you speak about United now and you see it online, there's fans getting hyped a little bit about it. Then you go and you can, so that's just on Twitter. When you go and watch the fan cams, you can see people chatting and like they're excited to talk about Manchester United, and it's the same with Arsenal. When they win, they're hyped. They're like gassed about it. Like, yes, we've won and won. Like,
it's been funny. I've witnessed like DT and that going to Kazakhstan and going to Baku. And watch it. You can't say they're not invested in the club and trying to spread positivity. There's always going to be toxic people around. That's just the way the world is. And someone mentioned they're flip-floppers. There are people out there who do flip-flop and say stuff to make money. There are what we call clout chasers out there.
Yeah.
How are they different from politicians who are trying to push through Brexit right now, though? They're flip-flopping all over the place.
Oh, I don't.
Do you know what I mean? Like, that's what people do to try and make money and to try and make a way in the world. There are people like that in the world. Personally, I wouldn't say I'm a flip-flopper. I stick to my opinions.
Yeah.
But like I've already said, if people have got a different opinion to me, that's fair enough. But there's no need for the hatred and all that going towards it. There is toxic people, but that's not just at football fans. That's in general in the world. There's people like that, and sadly we don't have much influence over them. But to label that as towards Robbie and AFTV and saying they're spreading that, I think is wrong. They've also got a lot of positive people on there. You've seen the clip Mark Goldbridge put up at the United Stand when they're all singing Ollie's at the wheel, and the positivity there. There's a lot of positives that go on in the fan world as well, but as usual, people like to focus on the negatives.
Yeah, and one thing that I did pick up on the TalkSport, and then I've just seen his name in the comments, Simon Jordan. Robbie asked him a question. Why is his opinion why should he have opinion more than Robbie when Robbie goes to all the games? And Robbie asked him, how many games have you been to? And if you love something so much and it broke your heart and it's really hard to go back and visit, that's fine, we get that. But why is his opinion more valued than Robbie's, who has gone to every single Arsenal game for God knows how long?
Because he's in the media.
Don't tell him that he shouldn't be able to have an opinion and share his opinion.
It's that snobby culture, isn't it? Oh, we're in the media.
Yeah, no,
He's
been there every game.
Yeah.
He's watched every. And you haven't got. And I'm not saying you've got to go to every game, because I know for a fact that it's very hard to get to games. It costs a lot of money, and if you haven't got that money, then that's fair enough. But if you watch and you follow a particular club, then you have the right to have an opinion.
Yeah.
Whether it's good or bad, as long as it's not a personal attack on somebody, because I know that people have said before, oh, what's the agenda against Rashford or against Pogba?
I've been called a racist several times because
it's not a personal attack, it's an opinion on
a performance on what you're seeing.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I said, there's many toxic people out there. There'll always be toxic people out there, whether it's on fan channels, whether it's on Twitter hiding behind pictures of Ollie or Pogba or whatever it is. There's always people like that out there. You just have to be the better person, and I think that's what you try to do. There are people on fan channels who are being the better person. I've already mentioned a few names. Fair play to them. It's going to be here, fan channels, whether you like it or not. It's going to stay. It's only going to get bigger. And like we mentioned before, this is one platform. In future, there'll be more platforms. It's just going to excel. It's just going to get bigger. And the media have got to accept it. And I think that's the message of it. The media have got to accept it. You can't stop it, so why not embrace it?
embrace it and roll with the times. Like, there is room for everything. You know, like we said, we've got written media, we're on people on telly, you've got YouTube, you've got Instagram now, there's Twitter, Facebook. There are so many different platforms, and if you can be on a platform and you want to share your opinion, go for it. Nobody's stopping you. There is no rules to it. As long as you're not, like we said, racist or personal attacks on people.
There's no need for that.
We're all good.
Yeah.
Well, we're staying.
We're definitely staying. And we're going to get to 8k soon, hopefully.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right, to round up the video, I'm going to talk a bit about, obviously, Everton tomorrow at Old Trafford for us United fans. You mentioned a positive to the buzz. The second half of the other night was fantastic. First half was like watching Soccer Aid, as I already mentioned. It literally was. It was like watching retired football players, some that had never played football before in their life. Fans who were just more interested in going to get the hot dogs or whatever it is, the pies, United pies at half time. It emptied so early. It seemed like a dull atmosphere because there was nothing uplifting to get fans off the seat. It just felt like I was watching Soccer Aid. I was just waiting for Gordon Ramsay to come on at half time or Boris Johnson to come in and rubby tackle someone. That's what I was waiting for. But then second half, in all fairness, we came out, we transformed it, switched it up, faster football. We were nicking the ball out of the pitch. A lot of the goals came from that.
And we took chances.
Yeah.
We took the chances that we...
Greenwood I thought was fantastic. Brendan Williams I thought was fantastic. Laird, when he came on, I love that tackle he made. I think he looks like a player for the future as well. So yeah, plenty of positives from the second half. First half was worrying. So I think it's all about the United that turns up tomorrow. If we turn up like the first half, we're in for trouble. Second half, much better. Everton, without the manager, but obviously Big Dunk is in charge. The big Chelsea. I'm actually, at first, when I had the ticket for this game, when I was thinking, this will be a good game to go to, now I'm feeling a bit nervous about it because of the whole manager situation. The players seem to be playing for Big Dunk. Yeah. And obviously the positive result against Chelsea.
I think it's whoever gets the first goal. You've seen them against Chelsea. They went out and got the first goal, and it was a battle for Chelsea to try and get back in, and they couldn't.
Yeah.
So whoever gets that first goal for me, we've seen United struggle to break teams down.
Yeah.
So if Everton do nick a goal early on, how do we then go about breaking them down when we're already behind? We've seen it at 0-0s, but we can't force chances. We can't take chances.
If a team sits in against us, we struggle.
But Everton need the point, so hopefully they come out and attack us because we do play better when we are being attacked against.
Yeah, we haven't really played counter-attack football. Yeah.
But we have to go out and create those opportunities, take those opportunities, and get that first goal for me.
I'd agree with that. Obviously, being at home, you'd expect us to have the majority of the ball. We didn't the other night in the first half in particular. But against Everton, you're going to imagine that they're going to sit in and they're going to wait to counter on us, which we've already said that plays against us a little bit.
Yeah.
We have got pace on the break, but it's when it's a more open game. So I think having Martial back, his link-up play is good, and it could be a big positive. But we need to move the ball quickly. When we start to slow it down, that's when we really struggle. And I think McTominay is the big plus in there. I think we missed in that first half of the night. I feel like we massively missed him. I think Matic was too slow in there.
Yeah.
McTominay for me transforms us, and I know people say he's not a big name, and people used to slate me off for backing him. McDominator, I like to call him. But I genuinely think when he's in the middle, we're a different team. And in all fairness, Fred has been playing brilliantly as well recently. So I think if he continues that, So I think we'll win, if I'm honest, but I think it's going to be a tighter game than I first anticipated. I'm going to maybe say, I'll let you predict first.
No, I had the last prediction first, so I was going to say you go first.
I'm going to say a 2 or 3-1 win to United.
Okay.
And I think we'll score first. I think we'll concede and we'll have a bit of a rocky patch, but I think we'll end up with a win.
I'm going with a straight 3-1 win.
3-1?
Yeah, straight 3-1 win. And I don't think we'll concede first. I think we'll concede towards the end, and I think it'll get like... But I think we'll concede when it's 2-0, and then we'll go 2-1, and then it'll go to 3-1.
Very precise.
Very precise this time round.
Jack Ramsey is a Palace fan. Hi Jack, hope you're good. But he's asked if we can have Greenwood on loan and us taking Benteke in return. No chance.
You're alright, thank you.
You're alright, thanks. We got rid
of to Santa, but it's not happening.
We've only got rid of one donkey.
We don't want him. You can keep him, honestly.
Manchester United should be bought by Amazon boss Jeff Bezos, and Edwin van der Sar should be brought in as director of football, says Sam. I would like Van der Sar as a director of football.
He's doing good things at Ajax.
Yeah, I would love him.
He's doing good things.
To be fair, I think he would grow. Jack says, so there's been encouragement in Everton's performances before Silva got sacked at Leicester away. They were very unlucky and played well. and then they played well at Merseyside Derby and lost. I think that new manager bounce, isn't it? We saw it with Ollie. We see it with well, we haven't seen it with Arsenal, to be fair. But
Let's get that in.
most things, you see a new manager bounce where players start to perform. And like I said, they beat Chelsea. Very positive performance there. They'll be feeling positive about coming to Old Trafford as well. It's not the fortress that it was once. So I think it's going to be interesting. But I still think we'll win.
And just going back to the comments, I just want to mention Jimmy Pavlovich, who is in Australia. I followed United since 1970s. Love United, can't go to any matches. Doesn't mean I'm less of a United fan. It does not at all.
If anything, you're more because you're waking up at stupid o'clock to watch games.
Ridiculous times to be watching the games.
Fair play to you, yeah, definitely.
Following them. And hello from Australia. Well, to Australia.
Yeah.
Hello from
To Australia.
To Australia. There.
My dad says that United are going to win 2-1 against Everton. It's going to be a pretty scrappy game. I think that's a fair enough prediction. And he says that Wolves are going to draw with Spurs.
That's a big game.
It is, you know. I never really thought about that game until that point.
Jose
being there, if it wasn't Jose, I think Wolves would win. Because Jose's there and he knows a lot of the Portuguese players that Wolves have got, I don't know.
He'll be
tactical.
He knows what he's doing.
He needs Sonaldo to turn up there.
Big game, by the way, because I've done my research. If United lose and Spurs and Wolves draw, and all the other teams below us from 5th to 11th win, we go to 11th. And all those teams that bar Wolves and Spurs are playing another team out of that pack. So from between 5th and 11th, there's 3 points difference. And all those teams are playing someone else out of that range, so they can get 3 points. They're not playing against each other. It's only Wolves and Spurs that are playing each other. So if we lose and all the other teams win, we're 11th.
I think we've just got to focus on ourselves. I think it's that tight in that.
That's mad.
It is mad. It's that tight in the middle. We just got to focus on number one. Win our games, score as many goals as we can, concede as little as we can, and take it from there. Because I think it's that tight in the middle at the minute. We haven't been consistent. Last few games have been positive. We need to continue that run now.
Yeah,
if we continue that run, we could get top 4.
It's a good time to be hitting form as well. December. There's so many games.
Yeah.
Especially at that Christmas period, you want to be playing with confidence, picking points up. Because, like you said, you could literally go halfway down the table in one game. Like a little spell of form now over December would see us kind of emerging up there a little bit.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say top 4, but
fingers crossed. Yeah.
We're up that way.
Take it one game at a time. Hopefully we get no injuries, because I think that'll be a massive thing. You've already mentioned the amount of games in December. We've definitely got to beat Everton this weekend now. Let's see how guys. But again, as always, thank you so much for tuning in. There's been a few people in chat today, which has been fantastic. Thank you for this. Thank you for the super chat. My dad is powering off Pogba in the chat. Pogba's not even been playing dad, so you can't mug him off right now. But yeah, thank you all for your support. Obviously, we want to try and get to that 8k before Christmas. That would be fantastic. So if you could share the channel, I'd appreciate it. Drop a like on the video as well. Hit that sub button if you haven't already. And as always, if I haven't responded to your chat, we haven't done it on purpose, but we will respond in the comments if you drop a comment on the video afterwards.
One more thing, we are about to film another video after this, which is a Soph or Meg, not Soph and Meg, Soph or Meg. So you've heard of Mr. and Mrs. We are doing a Soph or Meg. You can go on to Twitter now. Am I at Meg Wilts?
Yes, at Meg Wilts.
So confusing. At Meg Wilts or at Sophrichox on Twitter. Go online. You can go and drop us a question on there now, and you say, who's better at singing? Or football related, non-football related. Go on there, give us a question. We're going to film it in about 10 minutes of time and then drop it out.
There's my Twitter. Is it on there for me?
Where are you? This side.
Yeah, send me a message with a question. Random questions. We've got some really funny questions so far. Get your question in, and me and Meg are going to record that for our Christmas special. So keep your eye out for that one next week. But as always, guys, thank you so much for tuning in.
Thank you.
Good weekend football. Fingers crossed for United getting 3 points. Dad, I hope Wolves lose. But yeah, have a good one, everyone. Take care.
Bye-bye.
Cheers.